Sundaram Flexi Cap Fund NFO. Will this NFO add risk to your portfolio or will it add a return to your portfolio? Can we evaluate? Hi, this is Ramalingam from holisticinvestment.in. We help individual investors like you to take right financial and investment decision so that you can reach your financial goals faster and smarter. First, let us understand some key features of this NFO and let us analyze about this fund later. The NFO is open till August 30th. After August 30th, the fund will again reopen for regular purchase and repurchase. The investment objective of this fund is to invest across market capitalization in equities to generate long-term capital appreciation. The minimum investment is just 100 rupees and the exit load is 1% if you try to withdraw before 1 year. The benchmark index is Nifty 500 and the fund manager is Mr. Sudhir Kedia and Mr. Ravi Kobalakrishnan. What is actually a flexi cap fund? A flexi cap fund can invest across market capitalization. They can invest in small cap, mid cap, large cap. There is no restriction on the part of the fund manager to keep what kind of percentage to be kept in any market capitalization. There is no restriction. He can decide to have high weightage towards large cap and very low weightage towards small cap. Later on, he can change also from large to small, small to large, or large to mid, mid to small. He can change. He has got complete flexibility and he can manage it very dynamically. As a fund manager, he will pick and choose what kind of allocation to be given to each and every capitalization. Also, he will choose what kind of allocation to be given to different sectors and industries. Within the capitalization and within the sector, what kind of stock he has to choose based on his own filtering mechanism and parameters, he will select these stocks. He will try to generate alpha, means he will try to beat the index and generate additional returns by selecting the right stocks and giving the right allocation to different sectors and market capitalization. Because he can invest across market capitalization and he can invest across different sectors, this gives him a lot of flexibility. He can move from one sector to other sector, he can move from one capitalization to other capitalization. This gives immense amount of flexibility based on the market outlook. He will be able to decide. Also, he can change the weightage from large cap to mid cap to small cap anytime based on the outlook. So he will be able to manage very dynamically. So these are all the investment strategies of Sundaram Flexi Cap Fund. Now let us go ahead and understand what are all the potential merits of this fund. When we did an in-depth analysis on this Sundaram Flexi Cap NFO, we observed a few positive factors. They are: this fund has got the potential to give you long-term capital appreciation. Being an equity fund, well-diversified fund, this fund has got the potential to give you long-term capital appreciation. Then, because it is a flexi cap fund which can invest across multiple capitalization and multiple sectors, there is an ample scope for diversification. So better diversification is possible through this Sundaram Flexi Cap Fund. Being a flexi cap fund, they can invest across market capitalization. They can move from one sector to other sector based on the market cycle. If the market is very bullish, the fund manager can have higher exposure towards mid cap and small cap. If the market seems to be bearish, he can increase the exposure to large cap by reducing exposure in small cap. Similarly, if the market is bullish, he can keep more weightage in momentum stocks. If the market seems to be very bearish, he can invest in value stocks. That way, based on the market cycle, dynamically, he can invest. Being an equity fund, this fund has got the potential to deliver inflation-beating return. Nifty 500 is also a broad-based index which invests across multiple sectors and capitalization. That particular index has outbeaten the benchmark. So this fund also has got the potential to outbeat the inflation. What are all the potential demerits of this fund? Being an equity fund, this fund is not suitable for your short term. If you have a short term goal, then you have to avoid this fund. If you have got 5 years or 7 years plus money, then you can consider this fund. This fund is not suitable for a conservative investor or a beginner investor. A beginner investor or a conservative investor should start with large cap funds. A conservative investor wants to avoid exposure to mid cap and small cap, whereas flexi cap fund will give allocation to mid cap and small cap as well. This fund is not having any portfolio. Being an NFO, this fund has to collect money during NFO and then they will invest and construct a portfolio. As of now, there is no portfolio, so we don't have any clue what kind of allocation they'll have between different capitalization, what kind of allocation they'll have between different sectors, what are its top 10 stocks or top 10 stocks. We don't have any idea. So for an existing fund, we have all these data. So we can do an in-depth analysis on the portfolio, stock selection, sectoral allocation, capitalization allocation. We can analyze, evaluate, and then we can go ahead and take risk. Also, being an NFO, there is no track record. How this fund has managed during Russia-Ukraine war situation. How this fund has managed the situation during pandemic or crisis. Pre-election, post-election, how this fund has withstood the market. So these kind of track record based analysis we are not able to do in this fund, whereas in an existing fund, we have all this data, we will be able to analyze the track record as well as also will be able to do a research on the portfolio. So analyzing the portfolio and track record will help us take a calculated risk. Because there is no portfolio, there is no track record, we are simply relying on the brand name of Sundaram and investing. So obviously here we are taking more of a blind risk. As an investor, I will encourage investors to focus on taking calculated risk and avoid taking blind risk, because taking calculated risk will help you increase your margin of safety. Taking calculated risk will reduce your downside risk. So I will always encourage you to take calculated risk and avoid taking blind risk. So we have analyzed this fund, its features, its potential merits, potential demerits. What is the final takeaway? Being a conservative investor, you should avoid this fund because there is no portfolio and there is no track record. Being a beginner investor, because of its mid cap and flexi cap, small cap exposure, you should avoid this fund. If you are looking for an exposure in flexi cap fund, then in that case you can go for an existing flexi cap fund with a good portfolio and good track record. Why should you take blind risk and invest in this NFO? Or else you can wait till the fund reopens and see what kind of portfolio they have constructed. If you could wait for some more time, the fund will build a track record. Then you can compare the portfolio and track record with other flexi cap funds, and then you can decide to invest in this NFO or not. If you are an aggressive investor and you have spare money, when I say spare money, I don't mean the money you are keeping for your financial goals. You have enough money that you have kept for meeting all your financial goals. In addition to that, you have some more money, which is spare money. So being an aggressive investor, you want to invest that spare money on an experimental basis in an NFO, then you can try your luck with a minimum investment in this fund. Before investing in these kind of funds, I would strongly suggest you to consult your financial planner, because your financial planner knows your financial journey. Where are you financially, where you need to go, in between what are all the things you need to achieve. You want to repay your loans, you want to buy a property, kids education, kids retirement, kids marriage, your retirement. So all these milestones your financial planner will know. So to achieve all these financial goals and investment objectives, whether this fund is suitable or not, he will be able to decide. Also, as a financial planner, he will be knowing about your risk-taking capacity and your willingness to take risk. Based on that, whether this fund's risk profile is suitable to you or not, he will be able to suggest you. Number 3, you already have a set of mutual fund schemes, a set of direct stocks, then in that case, because you are adding a new fund to your portfolio, is it going to overlap your existing portfolio, or is it going to bring additional diversification? He'll be able to do the analysis and give you the recommendation on the right kind of fund. That way, please consult your financial planner before investing in these kind of funds. Hope this 360-degree analysis helps you to take a decision on this Sundaram Flexi Cap Fund NFO. If you have any additional questions on this fund or any other investment options, feel free to book a free appointment with our certified financial planner. The link to book the free appointment is given below this video in the description. We regularly organize insightful investment webinars. We call industry experts who have 15-20 years experience. They will talk on investment techniques and wealth management strategies. You can learn those techniques and strategies and apply in your portfolio. The registration link to participate in the free webinar is given below the description of this video. Please click that link also and register and book your seat for the upcoming webinar. Hope you like this video. I'll again meet you in yet another useful video. Thank you. Bye-bye.